On our wedding day, I took my fiancée to the fitting room, and out of nowhere, I heard her thoughts, and they were wild. If I bail on the wedding tomorrow, would running in sneakers under a wedding dress actually help me get away faster? I didn't say a word. You want to go crazy? Fine, I'll go crazy, with you. That same night, I booked a flight and got out of the country. That wedding? It became one big joke. Ever since I was a kid, I've had this ability. I can read people's minds. Specifically, I can tell whether someone's love for me is real or fake. So when my longtime crush confessed to me, I felt absolutely nothing. I even used it to buy durians. I'd scan the vendor's thoughts and walk away with the meatiest one every single time. But the first time I met Zhao Shuang, the whole world just went quiet. All I could hear was the two of us talking. Hi, mind if I get to know you? The moment our eyes met, I couldn't read her at all. All the time she spent chasing me, my head was finally peaceful. So we fell for each other, started dating, and eventually talked about getting married. But right before the wedding, I suddenly started hearing her thoughts. Turns out she came from money and had just taken over her family's financial company. We'd barely seen each other lately because of it. Today was supposed to be a simple outfit fitting, and when I got there, she was already trying on dresses. I walked over to say hi and caught her thinking, a Yuan said he's crashing the wedding tomorrow. Better wear sneakers, easier to run. For 2 whole years, I never once heard her thoughts. Now I can. Does that mean she stopped loving me? Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a staff member following Shuang's instructions, slipping a pair of light sneakers into her wedding outfit bag. Then she gave me a quick nod and headed for the door. Shuang, where are you going? Sorry, something urgent just came up with a client. I have to go handle it. Yeah, right. What she was actually thinking was, I can tell from his voice that Yuan's upset. If I don't go smooth things over, he's gonna lock me out again tonight. No, I'm not just gonna sit here and spiral. I need answers. So I made up an excuse and got Shuang's secretary to meet me, then used my ability to dig for more. His name was Song Yuan, the illegitimate son of the Song family, and Shuang's first love. Mrs. Song had never acknowledged him, so he'd always existed in this awkward in-between space. When Shuang's family got in the way, Song Yuan's pride took the hit, and rather than stick around and take the humiliation, he walked away and disappeared completely. The reason Shuang fell for me in the first place? My face looks a lot like Song Yuan's. Now that the real deal was back, she had no use for a stand-in. I almost laughed. This is the most cliché storyline ever, and it happened to me. Honestly, it pissed me off enough that I cussed. That night, I booked a first-class seat out of the country and packed everything up. You want to act crazy? Cool, so can I. I gave my best friend Anyuki the quick version, and she quietly took the box right out of my hands. I can't read her mind, so her reaction was hard to read. I finally just asked, "You're not gonna stop me? Are you serious?" She shot me a look. "I brought you a burlap sack from the fertilizer supply. Perfect for packing. Right, I forgot her family runs a pesticide business." On the wedding day, Shuang and I stood at the entrance welcoming guests. Her thoughts were so loud, they gave me a headache. Is a Yuan here yet? I'm finally gonna be with a Yuan. 3 years I waited. I'm about to become Mrs. Song. A Yuan's gonna see how devoted I've been. He has to believe me this time. Her thoughts made my stomach turn. I kept glancing at her, but her face showed nothing. Same sweet, composed smile she always wore. Guchuan, you don't look so great. Why don't you go rest in the lounge? I'll handle the guests out here. Just come back when it's time to walk in. Fine by me. I was already looking for an excuse to slip out anyway. I was just about to swap my suit for something casual when I ran into Song Yuan at the entrance. Thanks to the similar face, and my ability, I clocked him the second our eyes met. I grabbed Anyuki's arm before she could throw hands, and played it cool. You're a friend of Shuang's, right? Head on in. The wedding starts in just a few hours. My bad, Mr. Gu. Awkward timing with the matching suits. If someone who didn't know better walked by, they might think I'm the groom. And right on cue, his inner voice. Laugh while you can. In 3 hours, your bride is running off with me. Let's see if you're still smiling then. I kept smiling and waved it off. Suits all look the same to me. Inside his head. Idiot. I basically spelled it out for him and he still doesn't get it. The second he walked away, Anyuki leaned in. Did you see how smug he was? Insufferable. He thought this was funny. And honestly, why wouldn't he? Shuang had already set everything up for him. He'd get the girl, the grand romantic moment, and force the Zhao family to finally acknowledge him, all in one move. The venue wasn't far from the airport. By the time I was sitting in the terminal, the ceremony still hadn't started. I stared at the clock on my phone, waiting for the whole thing to blow up. My phone kept buzzing, and Yuki called me live. Guchuan, it's actually happening. He's really here, cheating on you and still trying to make it look like some star-crossed love story. The audacity. Normally, I'd be the first one up on stage. But Shuang had already changed the order ahead of time, specifically to give Song Yuan his moment. She wanted him to walk in right at that exact beat. What she didn't know was that I was counting on it too. Song Yuan showed up in the same ceremonial suit as the groom, stormed the stage, snatched the mic from the officiant, and poured his heart out. Shuang Shuang, will you leave with me? The whole room erupted. Stealing the bride on her wedding day? Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Do you have any idea how long I've been waiting for this? Yes. You could practically see her ego inflate in real time. She was so full of herself, she even turned to address the groom, still behind a closed door, like she was giving an acceptance speech. Mr. Gu, I know you care about Shuang Shuang deeply, but I'm the one she loves. I hope you can let us go. Shuang Shuang had on a simple, easy-to-move-in wedding dress and a pair of sneakers that had absolutely no business being at a wedding, like she was ready to bolt at any second. Mr. Gu, are you upset? Mr. Gu? Song Yuan called out over and over with no response until the doors finally swung open.